Teacups trembling near the flame. Nobody here says their name. Only velvet coats and smoke, and half the promises they broke. The jukebox glows in faded red, like lipstick marks beside the bed, while somewhere down the mirrored hall a lonely trumpet starts to fall. A girl in black with tired eyes sings beneath the buzzing lights, soft as winter train station steam, or pages from forgotten dreams. The orchestra behind the haze moves through slow November blues, clarinet and worn trombone sounding cracked and overgrown. Outside the avenue still rains silver rivers down the panes. Taxi engines hum below like ghosts buried in the snow. The piano drifts through amber heat like expensive satin sheets, every chord collapsing slow into places no one knows. A waiter carrying cherry wine slides between the smoke and time, while businessmen in tailored gray drink another night away. The singer leans into the tune, low as smoke beneath the moon, her voice trembling dark and sweet like high heels crossing empty streets. Nobody claps too loud tonight, everybody holds the light, as if one sound too sharp or fast might finally break the spell at last. The drummer paints the rhythm thin with feather brushes worn by wind, keeping every aching soul safe inside the music's fold. Near the bar, the crystal shines, cold as old expensive crimes, and somewhere through the smoky blue, the saxophone remembers you. Teacups trembling near the flame. Nobody here says their name. Morning pale beyond the glass, waiting for the jazz to pass. Pale gold dust upon the keys, winter curling through the trees, the ballroom breathing soft and slow underneath the chandelier glow. A fox fur collar on the chair, champagne bubbles in the air, and somewhere near the velvet stair, a trumpet sighs without despair. The orchestra in midnight blue moves like smoke the whole night through. Clarinet and brushed snare drums, soft as distant station hums. Outside the river swallows light, taxis drift through frozen night, street lamps shaking in the rain, like old actresses on a train. The singer smiles without her eyes, lets another slow note rise, warm and pale and almost gone, like perfume left on satin gowns. The piano sounds of polished black, luxury beginning to crack, every chord worn smooth and thin, like expensive cigarettes and gin. Near the bar the gamblers lean ghostly underneath the green glow of little banker lamps burning through the smoky damp. The drummer barely marks the beat, like high heels crossing empty streets, keeping every lonely soul drifting inside the music's folds. A cigarette burns down to lace, ashes falling without grace, while crystal glasses softly ring underneath the orchestra swing. Nobody rushes for the dawn, nobody admits it's gone. The room itself still wants to stay, hidden from the breaking day. The trumpet bends one final flame, low and bruised without a name, floating through the velvet haze, like forgotten cabaret days. Pale gold dust upon the keys, winter curling through the trees, morning pale beyond the glass, waiting for the jazz to pass. Cold piano under smoke, half the city nearly broke, Still the chandeliers burn gold over stories left untold. A scarlet dress beside the bar, lipstick stains on black cigars, and somewhere near the velvet stage a saxophone begins to age. Outside the rain dissolves the signs, taxi lights and crooked lines, streetcars groaning through the snow like tired kings moving slow. The singer lights another flame. Nobody asks her real name. She hums before the first blue note, like whiskey resting in the throat. The orchestra drifts low and deep, soft enough to wake the sleep of every lonely soul inside, trying hard their ache to hide. The drummer brushes through the gloom like footsteps crossing hotel rooms, barely touching time at all, while shadows climb the ballroom wall. Near the mirror someone laughs, then disappears into the glass, leaving only smoke behind and perfume tangled up with wine. The trumpet rises bruised and warm like silk abandoned in a storm, low and tired, golden thin like midnight folded into gin. Nobody dances close tonight, everybody dims the light, as if one sharp and careless move might make the whole illusion lose. The bass line walks beneath the room like slow thunder and perfume, pulling every weary breath farther from regret and death. Cold piano under smoke, half the city nearly broke. Morning pale beyond the haze, waiting to erase the jazz. White roses dying near the stage, ashes sleeping on the page. The ballroom wrapped in tired smoke, and every chandelier half broke. A woman in a navy gown lets her fur coat tumble down, and lights a match against the blue of rain-stained windows nobody knew. The orchestra has thinned to three, just piano, drums, and memory. Still drifting soft enough to hide every ache the room keeps inside. Outside the harbor groans with rain. Taxi lights dissolve again. Streetcars moaning through the dark like old ghosts circling the park. A singer's voice arrives like lace, barely touching time and space. Warm and fragile, low and thin, like smoke dissolving into gin. The piano falls in crooked gold, across the glasses growing cold. Every chord bruised black and blue, like letters nobody returned to you. The drummer paints the rhythm slow, soft as melting winter snow, keeping every lonely chair breathing quietly through the air. Near the mirror, crystal gleams like fragments of expensive dreams. Lipstick stains on folded white napkins drowning in the night. A lonely trumpet bends with ache, like a heart about to break. Low and tired, dark and sweet, like high heels crossing empty streets. Nobody says goodbye tonight. Everybody dims the light, as if the dawn beyond the glass might finally make the magic pass. The bass line walks beneath the tune, like footsteps under dying moons, pulling every weary breath farther from regret and death. White roses dying near the stage, ashes sleeping on the page. Morning pale beyond the haze, waiting to erase the jazz. Cigarette halos in the dark, blue neon outside the park, rainwater trembling on the street, under slow exhausted feet. The nightclub curtains drift like smoke, half the room already broke, still pretending with champagne that nobody remembers pain. A woman with a diamond pin lets the winter slowly in, standing near the piano light, like a ghost dressed up for night. The orchestra sounds far away, thin as old cabaret, clarinet and muted brass floating through the mirrored glass. Outside the subway rattles low beneath the piles of dirty snow. Taxi tires whisper thin through the freezing avenue wind. The singer's voice arrives delayed, like radio signals fading gray, warm and rough around the edge, like lipstick stains on window ledges. The drummer paints the rhythm slow with feather brushes dipped in smoke, barely touching space and time, like rain dripping from a sign. Near the bar, the bourbon gleams dark as unfinished movie scenes. Crystal glasses softly glow underneath the trumpet's moan. Nobody moves too close tonight. Everybody dims the light, as if one word too sharp or loud might wake the sorrow in the crowd. The bass line walks beneath the room like footsteps in expensive gloom, pulling every lonely breath far away from sleep and death. A lonely trumpet bends once more toward the cracked revolving door, golden tired, low and blue, like every promise never true. Cigarette halos in the dark, blue neon outside the park. Morning pale beyond the rain, waiting to erase the pain. Green velvet shadows on the wall, last slow dancers near the hall. A silver lighter sparks and dies beneath the tired midnight skies. The orchestra beside the bar sounds distant as a moving car. Trumpets fading gold and blue, like dreams too expensive to lose. A woman in a satin coat wraps her fingers round her throat, listening to the piano bend like a letter never sent. Outside the station, whistles cry, steam dissolving through the night, street lights drowning in the rain. is calling names. The drummer brushes lazy sparks across the room, gone dim and dark, keeping every lonely chair floating softly in the air. A cigarette burns pale and thin above the crystal ash and gin, smoke unfolding slow as lace toward the mirrors near the stage. The singer hums without a smile, waiting half a beat a while, then lets another blue note fall, soft as dust along the wall. The clarinet moves dark and low, like rivers under winter snow, warm and trembling through the haze of forgotten cabaret days. Nobody laughs too loud tonight, everybody guards the light, as if one sharp and careless sound might tear the whole illusion down. Near the staircase, chandeliers shake like melting souvenirs, gold reflections drifting slow across the bourbon's copper glow. The bass line walks beneath the tune, like footsteps underneath the moon, pulling every smoky breath far away from sleep and death. Green velvet shadows on the wall, last slow dancers near the hall. Morning waiting cold and gray to wash another song away. Silver trains beyond the rain, low blue lights on Lexington Lane. The cafe windows breathing steam, like tired scenes inside a dream. A woman in a fox fur coat holds a match beneath her throat, watching shadows cross the room, slow as perfume and bloom. The orchestra plays soft and thin, trumpets wrapped in velvet gin, while the piano melts like wax between the bourbon and the sax. Outside the harbor whistles low, winter dragging through the snow, street lights floating on the tide, like old regrets too proud to hide. The singer waits beside the stand, one glove dangling from her hand, eyes half closed against the glow of chandeliers burning low. The drummer paints the rhythm pale, like rain against a hotel rail, barely touching space and time, with brushes soft as cigarette lines. Near the bar the crystal shakes, tiny storms inside the flakes of melting ice and cherry wine, beneath the amber neon sign. A trombone rises, warm and slow, like smoke through midnight cabaret glow. Deep and tired, bruised and sweet, like high heels crossing empty streets. Nobody asks the hour here, time dissolves in chandeliers. Every table wrapped in haze looks stolen from forgotten days. The bass line wanders through the dark, like footsteps through a sleeping park, pulling every aching breath further from the edge of death. The singer leans into the tune, soft beneath the winter moon, her voice worn thin by smoke and rain, but beautiful enough to stay. Silver trains beyond the rain, low blue lights on Lexington Lane, morning pale behind the glass, waiting for the jazz to pass. Champagne roses on the stand, velvet cards in trembling hands, the ballroom wrapped in amber smoke, and every smile a little broke. The orchestra in silver white carries softly through the night, trumpets glowing warm and low, like fireplaces in the snow. A dancer with a pearl cigarette moves like she remembers yet. Every train and every name lost somewhere beneath the rain. The piano drips in golden streams, like elevators inside dreams, smooth and dark and slow as wine, poured beneath the neon sign. Still shines, taxi lights and tangled lines, against the cold December wind. The singer's voice begins to sway, half a heartbeat late and gray, like old radio waves at dawn, trying hard to linger on. The drummer brushes through the haze, soft as dust in theater days, keeping all the lonely souls hidden in the music's folds. Near the bar the crystal gleams, bright as half-remembered dreams, lipstick stains on folded white, napkins sleeping through the night. A tenor saxophone burns slow, like a city buried low under velvet, smoke and rain, trying not to feel again. Nobody speaks above the band, nobody needs to understand. The room itself seems built to hide every ache people keep inside. A waiter slides through amber heat, with polished shoes and tired feet, while chandeliers dissolve in blue above the bourbon and perfume. Champagne roses on the stand, velvet cards in trembling hands, morning pale beyond the glass, waiting for the last note to pass. Moonlight spilling on the tiles, waiters wearing tired smiles, a half-dead rose beside the band sleeps beneath a trembling hand. The jukebox hums a crooked tune, soft as smoke beneath the moon, while the piano drips in gold, like stories never fully told. A woman in a silver veil stands beside the cocktail rail, watching winter stain the glass as midnight slowly starts to pass. Outside the avenue still glows, streetcars buried under snow, taxi lights like fading stars, sliding past the shuttered bars. The drummer taps a fragile beat, thin as rain on empty empty streets, keeping every lonely chair, breathing softly through the air. A lonely tenor saxophone cries like someone left alone, warm and cracked around the seam, like old film burned inside a dream. Near the bar the whiskey shines, dark as churches after wine. Crystal glasses softly ring underneath the orchestra swing. The singer closes both her eyes, lets another low note rise, slow and heavy, bruised and blue, like perfume clinging on to you. Nobody laughs too hard tonight, everybody guards the quiet, as if one careless word too fast might make the whole illusion crack. The bass line wanders through the room like footsteps in a velvet tomb, pulling every smoky breath away from loneliness and death. Moonlight spilling on the tiles, waiters wearing tired smiles, morning pale beyond the rain, waiting to erase the pain. Velvet smoke above the crowd, the trumpet plays too soft, too proud, candles trembling near the wall, like tiny stars about to fall. The ballroom windows where the rain, silver rivers on the pane, while taxis drift through midnight blue, like old memories passing through. A singer in a satin dress stands beneath the loneliness, one bare shoulder in the light, gold against the darkened night. The piano moves like black champagne, slowly bubbling through the pain of every gambler, every ghost, still lingering here the most. Near the bar the whiskey shines, dark as old cathedral wines, and every crystal glass reflects 1,000 tired silhouettes. The drummer brushes through the haze, soft as dust from cabaret days, keeping every aching room wrapped inside perfume and gloom. A clarinet begins newspapers beneath the snow. Dance where lonely people go. The singer's voice turns low and thin, like velvet folded over skin, almost breaking, almost gone, like radio static before dawn. Nobody moves too close tonight. Everybody guards the light, as if one touch too sharp or fast might wake the city up at last. The bass line wanders through the room, dark as roses left in bloom, pulling every weary breath farther from the fear of death. Velvet smoke above the crowd. The trumpet plays too soft, too proud. Morning pale beyond the glass, waiting for the jazz to pass. At 4 a.m. the city looked too tired to continue. Streetcars empty, windows dark, rainwater silver blue. Only one small bakery stayed alive on Carmine Avenue. Warm bread breathing through the cold, like something honest still came through. He sat beside the window there in a beige wool evening coat, hair loosened from the long nightclub, lipstick faded at the throat. No orchestra, no crowded room, no diamonds catching fire. Only an old tabletop radio playing soft piano through static wire. The baker rolled his sleeves in flour, never asked you why you came, just poured black coffee silently, like he already knew your name. Outside, newspapers hit the street. A lonely truck rolled slowly by, and somewhere far beyond the fog, a ship horn cried against the sky. You listened to the radio singer, low and delicate and near, like she was singing only for the tired souls awake to hear. Then quietly you started humming, barely louder than the rain, not performing, not seducing, just trying to stay warm again. Your voice carried gentle dust inside it, soft around the edges, like old velvet left too long near winter windows. The baker stopped kneading halfway, even the clock seemed slow, and for a moment all the world moved carefully and low. finished the glass, you stood without a word, left coins beside the coffee cup, and disappeared with the birds. Now old men walking Carmine Street still claim before the dawn that little bakery smells sometimes like your forgotten perfume song. The little cafe near the bridge stayed open after 2. Its windows blurred with coffee steam and tired shades of blue. A woman washed the empty cups. Her radio played low, and outside snow moved lazily across the street below. You came in wearing charcoal wool and gloves the color cream, carrying that quiet kind of face people only see in dreams. No perfume loud enough to stay, no diamonds catching light, just a calm and faded elegance made softer by the night. You chose the booth beside the wall near the sleeping coat rack stand, then warmed your fingers quietly around a porcelain cup in hand. The song upon the radio was old even back then, a slow and fragile melody about losing someone again. And while the trumpet murmured low like fog against the sea, you sang along so quietly it almost escaped the room entirely. Your voice stayed close and narrow, gentle as turning pages, with little pauses in between, like thoughts arriving late. Not sad enough for heartbreak, not happy enough for peace, just the sound of someone letting the long day release. The waitress stopped to listen once and looked away polite, as though certain songs belong only to the night. Outside, the bridge lights flickered gold. A taxi drifted by, and somewhere in the sleeping city, morning waited shy. When the final chorus ended, you smiled a little at the cup, placed coins beneath the saucer, pulled your woolen collar up, and vanished softly through the door into the silver dawn, leaving only radio warmth in the cafe, carrying on. By 1 a.m. the restaurant had nearly emptied out. Only candlelight and dishes quietly moving about. Rain tapped lightly on the glass. The kitchen hummed down low, and somewhere near the backroom wall, a small piano moved slow. You sat alone beside the aisle in a navy evening coat, reading through a folded letter no longer worth what it once wrote. The waiter passed without a word, already understanding that certain women after midnight prefer silence over standing. A cello joined the piano then, soft and dark like winter air, and underneath that fragile tune you loosened your curled hair. No audience turned around, no spotlight touched your face. The whole room simply carried on at its exhausted pace. Still, you began to sing a little, barely louder than the rain, with a tired velvet softness and warmth beneath the pain. Your phrasing drifted gently behind, never rushing toward the beat, like footsteps echoing quietly along an empty street. Some notes faded into breath, some words almost disappeared, but every line felt lived in, worn smooth by too many years. A man near the doorway stopped, one hand still around his hat, listening without moving to where your small voice sat. Then the song dissolved away, the piano answered low, the candles bent against the draft from windows lined with snow. You folded up the letter once, placed it under your untouched wine, stood slowly from the wooden chair, and left before closing time. Later, while stacking glasses, the waiter found your coat still hanging softly on the chair, like a final quiet note. the flower stands along Atlantic Avenue looked like tired little islands floating under neon blue. The streets were nearly empty then, just newspaper boys and rain. A bus mechanic smoking slow, a distant elevated train. You walked alone beneath the signs with lilies wrapped in paper strain. Dark brown coat against the wind, small gold earrings barely glinting. No nightclub crowd, no smoky bar, no orchestra in sight. Only city air gone quiet at the fragile edge of night. A radio from somewhere upstairs played a sleepy jazz quartet. Piano soft as folded fabric, brushes whispering with regret. You paused beside a bakery door, closed your eyes to hear it clearer, and under that pale winter lamp, your shadow looked older, thinner. Then softly, almost under breath, you started singing with the melody. Not performing for the street, not shaping notes dramatically, just letting little pieces drift into the freezing air. Your voice was light and feathered, almost fragile if compared to singers chasing spotlight rooms and loud theatrical despair. You sang like someone careful not to wake the sleeping city up, like warmth remaining quietly inside an untouched coffee cup. The flowers trembled in your arms whenever taxis rolled nearby, and every note dissolved slowly into the silver sky. At last the music upstairs stopped, the silence settled thin. You looked once toward the darkened glass, then pulled your coat back in. By morning all the rain had cleared, the avenue turned gold. But one small florist later swore the lilies still smelled warm and old. The elevator operator had stopped asking questions years ago. Too many diamonds, too many lies, too many people leaving slow. Floor 7 smelled like perfume and rain. Floor 9 like champagne gone insane. But floor 13, where you stepped in, felt colder than the month had been. satin to your knees, long gloves soft as evening breeze, a tiny gold lighter in your hand, clicking like a nervous band. No one spoke. The cables hummed. The city flickered far below. Somewhere distant, a trumpet wandered through another midnight show. You watched the numbers rising red, like counting little ghosts instead, while cigarette smoke curled around the mirrored walls without a sound. A boxer bruised beneath one eye pretended not to look too long. A wealthy widow held her pearls like they still knew right from wrong. Then suddenly the elevator shook, the lights went dim, the old man swore, and for one breathless, silent second, nobody remembered what for. You laughed quietly through the dark, not happy, not cruel, just tired, like someone who had danced too long inside rooms filled with fire. When the lights returned again, you were gone before floor 10. Only smoke remained behind, and lipstick on the silver line. Now old hotels still hum at night, their elevators weak with age, and somewhere deep between the floors, your shadow waits beside the cage. At 1:30 on Madison, the city dripped in silver rain. Streetlights buzzed like tired flies above the empty avenue lanes. A telephone booth stood alone, fogged with smoke and midnight cold, beside a pharmacy asleep and headlines no one bought no more. You stepped out from a checker cab in dark blue satin trimmed with black, one gloved hand around your throat, the other clutching something flat. The driver watched you through the glass like he had seen this scene before. A woman dressed too beautifully for weather, loneliness and war. Inside the booth, the yellow light turned your lipstick copper red. Rain rolled softly down the pane like nervous thoughts inside your head. You dropped a nickel, waited long, while somewhere far a trumpet song floated from a basement bar like heartbreak drifting from afar. No answer came. You closed your eyes, the city hummed, a train went by. Then finally a voice appeared, so quiet it almost disappeared. You didn't cry, you didn't plead, you only breathed, I understand. Then silence stretched between the wires like smoke escaping from your hands. When you stepped back into the rain, you somehow looked both proud and drained, like someone carrying fragile things too heavy for another spring. The cab was gone, the street stood still, neon flickered down the hill, and all night long the booth remained, glowing softly through the rain. Now old men sweeping sidewalks late still talk about that winter date, the woman dressed in midnight blue who vanished before 1/2 past.